Today in the studio we have a beautiful young woman. Yes, we have in the studio today Kindness Nduba. Kindness, you're welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
I would like you to introduce yourself so we can, our viewers can actually have the full extent of who we have here. Kindness, you can go ahead.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Kindness Nduba, the founder of Bizreg.ng. I am a legal practitioner specialized in businesses and trademarks. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, business. Thank you, and kindness. So tell us, basically, we would like to hear about your journey, your legal journey, your to this point. What has it been like? Tell us about your law story.
Okay. I would say it's been beautiful journey.
Really? Where did you start from? Did you always think you're going to be a lawyer? Did you always plan to be a lawyer?
I had no plans of being a lawyer. I wanted to be a TV presenter.
Nice.
For the mass com, and then that was just it. But my dad felt that I should study law first before any other thing.
Okay.
He wanted me to have a good background before venturing into any other thing. Yeah, a good foundation, put it that way. So I started off, and law became interesting.
Really? How did that come? How come?
I think that was 200 level contracts. And law became interesting.
That comes there.
Yes, so
criminal law.
I forgot mass com.
All together. Even till now.
I don't think I'm interested in mass com again.
Okay, so you said you are the CEO of Bizreg.
Yeah.
So why did you create Bizreg?
Okay, starting from the name, a whole lot of people always think the name is business registration or something like that. Okay, it was just something, a passion. I always want to let people know. I found out most young businesses do not know they need a lawyer, or they do not know basic things the law provides for their businesses. So I was like, how do I write about business regulations? How do I tell the younger ones coming up, these are the things you need for your business and all that? That was where the name came in. Business regulations in Nigeria. Not registrations, it's business regulations in Nigeria. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go on Instagram. I can't write this whole long thing. So that's the whole bizreg.ng.
Great. So how have you been able to utilize technology in Bizreg as a business?
Okay. In several ways. Basically, I think the internet has done me a great favor. Yeah. So basically, we use most of the people I've served and everything. I made them basically online using the Instagram, Facebook, and so I think I would say that platform has helped.
So social media has been a very helpful tool for you in reaching to your clients.
Yes.
So you say most of your users, so most of your customers come from your online platforms.
Yeah, I could say that.
Great. So how has been practice of law as well as running an organization, seeing as the practice of law is in Nigeria currently? What was it like being? So have you just stayed with very small businesses, or you're also practicing active legal practice, going to court and other sectors basically?
Okay, practice just like any other business has its own challenges. I am into corporate law, but I also litigate, but based on pro bono, and I'm a member of Legal Access Foundation. Access Foundation.
Nice.
So we render pro bono services to prisoners and all. So that's the practice I'm into. Aside that, I just focus on small businesses for now.
So how has that been?
Like I said, like any other business, it has its own good side, it has its own challenges too. It comes with a whole lot of challenges because You're trying to, first of all, let people see they need you.
Mhm.
That's the first thing. Because most young businesses don't think they need.
They see that as a
So,
luxury more or less.
yeah, more like a luxury. And the average person coming to you is already in trouble or is in a hurry.
Okay.
So,
Your first job is to stabilize them at first. Just
Yeah.
relax.
yes. So that's the first thing. Or you're being coerced to produce result under short period of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, moving to your business right now, who do you think is your biggest competitor? I mean, looking at the way law is practiced, the way businesses are served in the legal sector, what do you think is your biggest competitor and your greatest challenge?
As a person, I've never really looked at any person or business as my competitor. I think I look at myself as my own competitor. I want to do better than what I did yesterday. I have a vision in my mind, and that is that at a particular, that 10 years from now, young Nigerians will be able to start business well. Not just start business haphazardly, but to structure their business and start well. Like young graduates just come up and start business anyhow. So if I work on a project, I want the next one to come out way better. So I think I'm competing with myself. Sometimes I look back and I'm like, no, I shouldn't have. So that's just it.
That's wonderful. That's an interesting perspective to its business. Also, I would like to, you mentioned earlier that you saw a need for businesses to understand structure, to understand the need for legal practice. I would like you to talk more about that. What exactly pushed you to helping startups? What exactly pushed you to helping businesses, particularly, especially startups, small business SMEs, and NGOs?
Okay, like I said earlier, I'm an Igbo girl.
Okay.
So growing up, it's like I have, if not 90% people in business. So even before I graduated, I kept on seeing this whole thing reoccurring. It's either when they want a loan, everybody's scattering around to look for a lawyer or this or that or that. So I had this issue when I was 7. I was sent to the corporate affairs for someone close, a family friend, and to do some changes for the business. And when I got there, it was so stressful. It was something they would have avoided if they had gotten a lawyer from the onset. It was stressful. I was going to the commission every day for 1 month.
Wow.
It was so stressful. And I was like, at the end of the day, I told myself, I said, if this person had known this, and it was something unimaginable, and I decided I was going to see it to the end of it. That was when I got my accreditation card for CAC.
Okay.
That was when I really went there. I saw a whole lot. I started seeing how bad someone hurts their businesses by not having a lawyer for the business. So after that, I decided I was going. It was just right after that I decided.
Right on spot, you decided.
I was going to talk to people. Bizreg wasn't even a law firm or a business as per se. It was just me writing. That was the first thing. So I was like, I am going to start writing. So I started writing, and just to write and let people know they need these things. And I was skeptical about it. People want to hear gossips. Nobody wants to hear law and everything.
Yeah.
So I think I got encouraged. The first week I wrote things, I got people send me GM. Oh, thank you so much. I never knew this. I never knew that. That was how.
So you basically focused on educating
Yes.
businesses first.
Yes.
That's good. So a lot of businesses are here listening to you.
Yeah.
They're following this show. What how important do you think these small businesses, these MSMEs and SMEs, how important do you think they are to our Nigerian economy as it is? I mean, let them hear it so they understand how important their struggles are.
Very, very important. Like, very I don't even know how to explain this. They are very important in such a way that, let's assume the smallest business you can think of. Let's say you just, maybe a one-man business of a cleaner. Just imagine this place isn't clean.
So no matter what you do,
So
irrespective of what it
yes,
is.
just imagine this place isn't cleaned up. The whole thing we're doing here today will be useless if this place is dirty. So and the little money coming from them, the little taxes coming from them, is going to the government. So they are as important as any other big business you're seeing, because they are contributing their own quota to the economy. So in any way you see it, they are very, very important, and I see them as the most important, because without the small ones, you won't have the big ones.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that. So considering the current situation of our country, and what's your view and hopes, your views as well as your hopes regarding the government's involvement in helping these small businesses? So how are they able to, what do you think they've done, and what do you hope that they do to help the small businesses?
Okay, I think the government has done a lot when it comes to NAFDAC registration for small business, although not really small businesses, but for most small businesses, they've cut down the price by 80%.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so because of COVID-19, so small businesses, there's this survivor funds too. But I think there's a lot needs to be done, especially when it comes to taxes. A lot of small businesses run away from registering their business because you're just starting. You don't want to start paying taxes. You don't want to be choked with taxes and levies and licenses and everything. So a lot of people get discouraged when they want to start business, and you show them all they have to do. It's more like, I'm not ready for this. So I think the government has to find a way to make things easier. Like, you don't have to go through all these hurdles and all that to start up a business. If we can harmonize and make things easier for people and make it less expensive, I think.
Thank you. Earlier you mentioned that you saw a gap between businesses and their need for legal services. I would like you to speak to that, to businesses who still don't understand why they need a lawyer. I mean, a lot of people will feel that, how much am I making that I need to spend so much money paying a lawyer? I mean, so we agree that there's a gap. And what do you think businesses need to do? What do you think they need to know with respect to their need for legal services?
Okay, let's start this way. Would you rather save money or would you rather spend money?
Of course I want to save money.
Fine, then you need a lawyer. Because if you start your business without a lawyer, okay, what you're supposed to give a lawyer, maybe let's say 1-2 naira for, you might end up paying 50 naira to solve that problem. So in the end, you would ask yourself, do you want to save money or do you want to spend money?
So it's better to be proactive.
So I'm trying my best to use the language they will get, because the issue I think most of them have with lawyers, the first thing is they don't understand us.
Wow. Okay.
So each time you speak those grammars and they're like, I don't get.
Oh, right.
So I've tried my best to come down to because we're talking about small businesses now, to get them to understand you immediately you start writing considerations, they are off.
You lose them. they are off.
So I think getting a lawyer first will save you the stress, will save you the money, will save you whatever. You avoid mistakes. It's better to avoid them. It's better to avoid, like the person I told you about would have avoided a whole lot. It wasn't something that would have been serious, but because there was no proactiveness, it escalated into something that spanned into weeks and into months, and they were losing money.
Interesting. So you said earlier, you said earlier about your name means business regulation in Nigeria. Do you think that the regulations that pertains to businesses is sufficient in Nigeria? Do you think there is enough legal coverage for the small businesses? And what other laws do you think Nigeria can pass to help these small businesses?
It depends on what aspect you're saying regulations, because there are so many regulations for so many business. But when it comes to pricing and a whole lot of things, you and I can agree that this COVID-19, a lot of people exploited us, because there's no system to regulate how people price their items, price their goods.
So a lot of people basically hike their products.
And nobody is saying anything. No, the government isn't saying anything. There's nothing. It's like the market is open.
So was that not basically cause and effect of demand and supply? I mean, there was limited supply, and the demand was higher. So the forces of demand and supply basically just applied. I mean,
so the forces don't apply to other countries. It only applies to Nigeria.
So Nigeria needs to put a standard basically as to how high things can go.
Prices are being regulated. I think in that area it's really blank for now for most businesses. Some business structures, some business sectors have, but most don't.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Kindness. Is there anything you'd like to tell our small businesses in the house? I mean, you work with them, so so tell us.
Number one, I will tell them to register their businesses. Start from there. It's not about paying your taxes. It's about securing your own business, because you started something, you're building something. And like I always write almost every week, I say, if you have a house and there's no security post, you're wasting your time. If you have a business and you don't have it registered, you're wasting your time. It's like building on another man's land, and you will be sent out very soon, because you've used the name, you've branded your bags, you've done everything, but you haven't registered. Someone somewhere is watching you, and he will go register your name, take up from there.
Wow.
It's happened. I've had clients that it has happened almost every week. There's somebody with a business. There's almost every week there's always somebody who has a brand that wants to register it and find that it's been registered. It's always recurring, and you keep saying the same thing, and people keep doing the same thing. Every week we have that. Every week you see somebody, oh, this is what I want, I've been using it for 2 years, why didn't you register it?
So what usually happens in those kind of situations?
What usually happens is they change. You have to change your name.
So you start all over again.
The whole rebranding thing.
Wow.
You have to start.
And then you need to convince your clients
you are
still the same person.
You are still the same person. So that was why I was saying, are you going to save money? Because all the bags, all everything you've branded, your cards, your flyers, your everything, that's the end. You have to dump them and start afresh. Like, it happens every week. As I'm talking to you, I'm very sure before this weekend, someone like that is going to appear from somewhere. And all these businesses are young people like you and I. It's not. And so I think we should do better. We should know better. We should start doing things right. And it starts from there.
Thank you very much, Kindness. So you've heard, don't start doing things right. Ensure you register your business. Protect yourself. Protect your brand. Protect your future. And you are very important to the Nigerian economy. You are the lifeblood of our economy. Thank you very much, Kindness, for being here. Kindness came all the way from Abuja, and you already mentioned that. Thank you very much. Lagos loves you. Good to see you.
I love you all too.
Good to see more of you in Lagos. Thank you to our listeners. Thank you to my producer. Thank you to my tech team. I really appreciate you. Thanks for listening. Do have a wonderful day. Bye.